What's up, YouTube?
Hey guys, so today we are actually in Tennessee. We're on a family reunion trip for Tyler's family, and we are doing a little bit of exploring around, what is it, Bushy?
So the name of the prison is Brushy Mountain State Prison, and it's in,
I think it's Petrol,
Tennessee.
And it's a really cool prison. It was built in 1896, and it housed some of the worst criminals around the state of Tennessee, and apparently it was a huge community thing where generations of families were guards here.
Yeah, so one of the most notorious murderers, the murderer that killed Martin Luther King, which I think was James Earl Ray or something like that, he was housed here, and this is also the prison where he escaped from. So I think we're in the vicinity of where they said that he escaped over this wall right here. They said that there was a fake fight, and a couple inmates brought a ladder out in different pieces, and they put it up against this wall right here and climbed over it.
So we're just going to do a little bit of panning. There are a whole lot of people here, so we're probably not going to get to do a whole lot of talking, but we're just going to show you guys some really cool stuff. It's a little bit creepier than some of our videos, which is really fun, but both of us being former corrections officers, we think it's going to be really interesting. Yeah,
it's really cool to see something that is this old. It actually closed down in 2009. We don't actually know why it closed down, but yeah, it's a very unique piece of history that, you know, we get to experience.
It's literally built like on the side of a mountain where they kind of carved out some of the mountain to be able to make the walls, because apparently it was originally built in wood and it burned down in like a year. So they used the slate from the side of the mountain to build the walls, and it's really interesting. But we'll try to get a lot of panoramic views. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, the view is really incredible. And another thing is, apparently this prison is very haunted. We haven't seen any ghosts yet, but we are looking and listening. But we're
hoping to see something cool.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, and let's see if we can find a ghost and just see some really cool pieces of history. What was this?
Cafeteria. Or like, I guess that.
Oh wow. About to go in the cell box. Apparently it's haunted. Think you could live in there?
No. I don't think so.
Golly. So one of the primary jobs of the inmates was to work in the coal mines because Tennessee is known for their coal miners. And in these cells, they had 4 people that were assigned to a cell, and they worked 12-hour coal shifts. So there would be 2 people in the cell and 2 people out working the mines. And then they would switch every 12 hours. This has got to be a guard's office.
1957.
Man, look how tiny their cells were. They couldn't even hardly stand up. Haven't seen any ghosts yet. So it's the same on the other side. You can see. You can call as much as you want.
Let's drop it.
I think we've been in here.
Any more cells? Definitely not been on this side. I feel like this is the most apt place to see a ghost. Hello? Are you in here? No ghost.
No ghosts. They're here somewhere.
Maybe they're asleep.
Maybe they're asleep. He sleep?
They have a lot of signs with really good information, showing a lot of stuff. They do have a museum here as well. There were a lot of people in there, but they just have a lot of the contraband and different things that they have found throughout the years in the jail. And they also have a really informative movie in the theater right off the museum that tells, or there's stories that are being told from prison guards that have worked here. And it's really informative. This place got shut down in 2009. Did you already say that?
Geronimo was a deer they had as a pet.
Oh.
Yeah, I got shut down in 2009.
Got shut down in 2009, probably because it became clearly a pretty rundown place. But apparently the community was actually really sad because it had just become such a generational thing and created a lot of jobs for people. But all the inmates ended up getting shipped off to Nashville. All right, guys, so we are heading back from our adventure in the prison. It was really cool. What was your opinion?
I like old type of history like that, so it was a lot of fun. And like she said earlier, with us both working in corrections, it's kind of cool to see what corrections was like in the 1800s, in the early 1900s, when like, and this is Tennessee too, so like when you think of like bootlegging and moonshining and like all that crazy stuff, like those guys were in here. It's just really cool.
Yeah, it had tons of information and history and definitely was very informative. The only complaint that I would have is it is a self-guided tour, so it just does make it a little bit complicated just to be able to walk in and out of everything. You're not going to get lost because there is only kind of one way in and one way out, but it's hard to just make sure that you see everything only because there's not really a guide. There's like little yellow arrows on the floor, but other than that, it's all just kind of what you want to see and how long you want to spend there. But we were there for a couple hours and definitely used the time.
That's definitely a con, but you could take it as a pro as well because you can spend as much time as you want. You can roam around the whole facility by yourself, which I kind of enjoyed that. And another really cool thing, so now at the bottom, the prison's behind us, right when you come in, it's a distillery. So they sell moonshine down here, and we actually got to see what the distillery looked like. So that's pretty neat, you know.
So now it's closed and it is a restaurant and just a tourist attraction, and like he said, a distillery. There's a little park here, so it's definitely a family-friendly place if you like an experience kind of like this one. But we are headed down now to meet the rest of Tyler's family. As you can see with the incredibly dark clouds that are behind us, we're trying to beat the rain. So thank you guys so much for coming along. This was a little bit different than our normal videos, but it was definitely really fun, and we hope to bring you a couple more adventures from Tennessee while we're here. So thanks for watching, guys.
See you later.
Bye.